Welcome, friends. Happy to be here with each one of you. Thank you so much for stopping by for these conversations. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. We are here every single day in this community. We are in our 6th year, going strong. Thanks so much for your support, for your presence, for your energy, for your love, for your contribution, for making this part of the circle, for making the circle a circle. In gratitude, this year of 2024, we have been reading from the book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. You don't have to buy anything. We're here every single day having these messages read. But I will say that I think it's an excellent book to have in your wisdom library. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, New York Times best-selling book, described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. Every time I read that, it just strikes me. Having the life you want by being present to the life you have. I just think that it's an interesting to contemplate just that sentence there, that description, having the life you want by being present to the life you have, journaling on that and just thinking about that is just, every time I read it, is every time. Let's see what the message we are offered today, this day number 1998, is titled The Impulse to Love. The Impulse to Love. There's a quote here offered to us by Chris Luby. It says, if somebody were to cut me into 1,000 pieces, every piece of me would say that it loves. If somebody were to cut me into 1,000 pieces, every piece of me would say that it loves. The man who said this is a deeply spiritual person, the man who said this is a deeply spiritual person who is a native of South Africa. He, like many others, grew up under apartheid. He told me that he was taught by his ancestors not to stay bitter or vengeful. For hate eats up the heart. And with a damaged heart, life is not possible. In a way, we are each confronted with the same dilemma that Chris faces. How to feel the pain of living without denying it and without letting that pain define us. Let's hear that again. We are each confronted with the same dilemma, how to feel the pain of living. How to feel the pain of living without denying it and without letting that pain define us. Ultimately, no matter the burden that we are given, cancer, abuse, depression, addiction, once whittled to the bone, we are faced with a never-ending choice to become the wound or to heal. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is why I'm here. That is why I am here. I decided to heal a long time ago, many years ago, probably a decade now. And that is why I am here. We are faced with a never-ending choice to become the wound or to heal. Terrible things are hard enough to experience the first time. Beyond their second and third and fourth experience as trauma, their impact can easily make us become terrible if we do not keep our want to love alive. Perhaps the most difficult challenge of being wounded is not turning our deepest loving nature over to the life and the way of the wound. This touching statement by this South African man affirms that the nature of the human spirit is irrepressible. Just as a vine or a shrub, no matter how often it gets cut back, will keep growing toward the light. The human heart, no matter how often it is cut, can reassert its impulse to love. So let's just pause for a breath. Feel that. There's so much in these couple paragraphs, always. And surely, I want each of us to experience these messages however they come in. So I don't want to, put my experience so much in your face. But a couple things just like, wow, and this choice. Not the choice to become the wound or to heal. To me, that was fairly easy. I don't think I realized that love equals healing, though, So the choice, how much do we open up to love, is what I'm feeling from this because of that quote at the beginning. If somebody were to cut me into 1,000 pieces, every piece of me would say that it loved. The human heart, no matter how often it is cut, can reassert its impulse to love. The meditative exercise that we are offered today asks us to center ourselves. So let's just take a couple breaths and do that. Centering ourselves. Center yourself and bring to mind someone you admire, who is still loving despite the pain that they've experienced. Honestly, I think we can all be mean from all the stuff. This is a powerful message today because it's our experience of life. It's how we experience life. How I'm going to experience life is dependent on this. Center yourself and bring to mind someone you admire who is still loving despite the pain that they've experienced. Breathe slowly and open your heart to the wisdom of their being. Breathe deeply now and let your heart breath wash over your own pain the way that surf softens footprints into sand. Thank you, Mark Nepo. I was listening to Tony Robbins this morning, and he was talking about how we experience life. And I want to listen to it again because I would like to reiterate it. So I'm going to need to do that. But he was talking about how we create our own reality. And no matter what it is, it's like it's how I'm going to experience it. No matter what it looks like to you, this is how I'm going to experience it. And it was just very powerful, as if you've heard him, which I'm sure many of you have. You know how powerful Tony Robbins is. And what I find very interesting is Tony Robbins, one of his mentors was the late, great Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, who I adore. And I think he actually started out working for him somewhere along in the beginning stages there. But Tony Robbins is magnificent, and so is Mark Nepo's message this year. And so are you, for showing up for you, for me, for the whole planet, because these vibrations mean something. Energy is transferable. We're sharing loving energy. Love, the impulse to love is our message today. Thank you so much for being here. Please visit zenfulconversations.com. Sign up for whatever we got going on, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.